everyone. Well, some of you are probably not watching this in the morning, but good morning to those of you that are viewing this this morning. Welcome to my Ocean One and Then Some channel. I wanted to provide my viewers a quick update on what I had done this morning. SoFi opened really strong, and I was up about 75% on my previous trade. And if you guys remember my rules, if I'm up 50%, I always consider exiting the trade. If I'm up 80%, I usually exit without any questions and move on to the next trade. I was right at about 75% and decided to go ahead and make a new trade. So I'll walk you through what I did, and let's jump right into it. Okay, strong morning. No idea where the stock is trading as of making this video. It may have climbed higher, it may have fallen back. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I've already done my trades. So let's recap. The prior week, I was down $103. Last week, I made $254. And how I ended the week was right here. I'm not going to spend much time on that at all, because if you've been watching my videos, you know where that is. I have the covered call out, and then I bought to open, I sold to open. And so what I had done this morning was right here, where I'd bought to open the 1650 put, you know, we'd gone up so much in value, I'm like, I don't need that anymore. So I went ahead and I sold that. And I sold it to close for 9 cents. So that gave me a total cost of $41. Now that was my hedge, that was my downside protection. So I sold that, I no longer have that. And I was up roughly right at 75% at the time of this. So I bought to close for 0.20. I was originally paid 0.76. So that gave me a profit of $56 per times 3, so 168, and then minus the 41 would put me up what I'm up. I made a minor mistake here. I bought to open 2 1750 puts, and my intentions here was to sell more, but I didn't have enough money. So I was a little short on the money, so instead of doing my regular 1-to-3 ratio or 1-to-4 ratio, where the stock price is higher, it kind of surprised me. I was just a little bit shy of being able to sell more here. So anyway, what I did is I bought to open 2 1750 puts. I paid $42, so I paid $84. And then down here, I sold to open 3 $18 puts for $68. For $204. So collected, paid. Now I did want some downside protection, so buying the 2 may turn out in my favor here. We'll just have to see how that goes. But I have all kinds of upside protection. So if this gets called, where is it? If my 19 gets called, I'll pocket $332, but that's not until the 31st. And then over here, I want to show you this very quickly. Let's see, maybe the best way to do this. I'm just going to hold this. Okay, here I have 2. Can you see that? I'm having trouble because I'm just holding the camera. I have 2 $14 calls out, and last week I was down 6%. Now this morning I was up like 25 or 30% here. So if the stock is going up, you know, I have all these calls out. So having just a little bit of downside protection was not a bad idea here after such a strong start to the morning. It was just a minor mistake on my part. I should have checked how much money I had in my cash balance before I did that. But a lot of times I don't do that. I just go ahead and make the trade. And then, you know, realize, well, oops, so it is what it is. So to recap, I closed out my trade because I was up 75% on the trade. And, you know, that's what I do. You don't know how the day is going to end. And so, you know, if you're into the fundamentals, which I'm not a huge fan. I don't mean fundamentals. I mean like charts. If you're into the charts, SoFi had a very strong breakout this morning. Usually when there's a breakout, you get a strong uptrend. So I may not need any downside protection. But all it takes is one thing to spook the market and your charts are crushed. So I'm a fundamentals guy, meaning that I always follow the fundamentals. So, you know, like with SoFi, I'm following the cash flow. I'm following that we are earnings positive quarter over quarter over quarter. And my long-term expectations are that SoFi will be entered into the S&P 500 deep into 2025 or early into 2026. So if SoFi keeps executing well and we have a strong quarter and then we continue with that progress, I fully expect SoFi to be entered into the S&P 500 at some point deep into this year or early into next year. So anyway, these are my trades. If you have any questions, just reach out to me and I'll answer them for you. But always remember, you are responsible for your own actions. These are my personal trades. I'm just sharing them. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining in. And until next time.